Hello, and welcome to Games and Narratology. So by now you've logged into the class portal and you're looking at the modules and you're wondering what next. And so this video is intended to give you a little bit of a tour and an introduction to how this course works and a little bit of my expectations. So you've logged in, so you're seeing this, you're seeing the modules. I call them save points. I'm a gamer and this is a course about game design, and I think it's appropriate to use save points rather than modules for my word that I use. So anyways, you'll see if you scroll down that there are 7 save points. And this is a 15-week course. Okay, so 7 doesn't quite fit evenly into 15 weeks. So you see that some of these save points will share some of those weeks. As an example, if you go to, let's see, save point down here, save point 5 and 6 both have things due on the 21st. You can see that? So that's where the save points kind of overlapped in a week, and that could happen more than once. So please pay attention to how the save points are flowing week by week, what the expectations are. You can use your to-do list over here, but also really pay attention to these due dates here. You can see this very first week is only like 4 days, so I only give you a few things to do between the 18th and the 22nd. Okay, so if you go to this syllabus, you can see where the information is about contacting me, the prerequisites, and whatnot. It is a 3-credit course. I do want to make sure everyone understands that a 3-credit course is 135 hours of work, actual clock hours of work to earn those 3 credits. That is a requirement that has been set by the Arizona Board of Regents, who is the governing body that oversees the whole university. So if you go back and you look at the modules, you can see that I have put in how much work each save point is and how much work, how many hours it takes to do each of the assignments. I did that to satisfy the Arizona Board of Regents, but I also did that so that you could work on your time management and be able to think to yourself, okay, I've got like an hour, I can get this done, or I've got 4 hours, I can get that done, that sort of thing. And you can see where I want you to spend your time. Okay, now a little bit about this. I've had students in the past who've taken this course who see an assignment like this one, the Zool Solar one, and then that I've just needed 5.5 hours. And they spend 12 hours working on it. I am not expecting you to do that. I'm expecting you to spend 5.5 hours. Okay, so do your work, do it well, and turn in what you've completed within the allotted amount of time. Conversely, if you've only spent 1 hour on something I expect you to spend 5 hours on, then that's going to show. I'm going to be able to tell that there wasn't an authentic effort. And I'm looking for authenticity. I'm looking for did this student really try to understand and learn the concepts that this assignment was designed to teach? And I'm really checking on that. So give it your best. That's all I can ask for. Give it your best and work within the hours that have been assigned for that assignment, for each of the assignments. Okay, so back to the syllabus. So contact me by email, please. My office phone is there. I'm rarely in my office. Many days I'm working from home, just like everyone else these days. I do have a Skype, and here's my handle. If you need to come find me physically, if I'm on campus, I'll be on the West Campus in the Faculty Administration Building on the 2nd floor. That's in the northwest corner. Okay, the northwest corner of the 2nd floor of the Faculty Administration Building. But generally, I'm expecting to talk to people over Zoom. Okay. My office hours are Tuesday from 12 to 1 on Zoom. And you can schedule an in-person appointment during that time, or you can schedule a Zoom appointment during that time. Zoom works best if there's appointments, so please take the time to actually make an appointment ahead of time. For the learning outcomes for this course, I want you to begin to become aware of your own creative identity. That means you know your premise, you know your purpose, you know your theme, right? I want you to understand who you are, and I want you to be able to choose formal story constructs and structures that are appropriate for that premise, purpose, and theme. Okay? I want you to become aware that story structures carry meaning, and there are different structures to choose from. I want you to develop a personal way of building stories for nonlinear interactive work. That means games to me. You can do other kinds of interactive work as well if you want to, but we're going to be focusing on games and game design because that's what I do and that's what this course is about. I want you to be able to produce structured plans for your story or game. Okay, so there's going to be a little interruption now, an introduction, sorry about that, to how do you begin to communicate visually and in script form a little bit, how a game story goes together. Now, we will not be writing a full-on game script. That is for the course script writing for games. That's where we do that. And I recommend that you take this course before you take that one. Because in this course, you'll have a game figured out, you'll have a structure figured out, you'll have done some play testing, you'll know what your game mechanics are, and then you'll be ready to write a script. You'll be creating some simple playtesting prototypes just to make sure certain foundational design elements are working, like your core loop, and some other foundational concerns. Making sure you scope it so it is small enough so it can be done. Often beginning designers and writers for games will design or write something that's too big and it can't be built. So we're going to be looking at that a little bit. Okay. So what you will need, you won't need a sketchbook. You won't need a textbook. There are no textbooks. All the materials, as far as reading material and things like that, are available in Canvas, in the class portal already. You will need a computer with some heavy graphic capabilities. I've put together some specs. We do have a lab on the West Campus in CLCC 229, but this is an online course, so I'm expecting that you will have a computer that can build games. And if you don't have one, you need to buy one. Because if you're going to make this your life, then you need the equipment to do it. You'll need a YouTube channel and maybe a portfolio website. I used to require that. I'm not sure I'm going to require that this time around, but definitely a YouTube channel. You're going to need a sketchbook, and I don't care what the size is. I don't care what drawing materials you use. I don't care if it's digital or analog. Just, it's up to you. Something that you respond well to when you're drawing and thinking about ideas and things like that. I want you to have Office Lens on your smartphone. What Office Lens does is it's free, it's from Microsoft. It's a scanning application. And so you can scan a piece of paper and maybe it's like, it looks like a trapezoid or something. And Office Lens will straighten it out to make it look like a flat piece of paper. And then you can save it as a PDF, or I think you can also save it as an image file of some kind. You're going to need some game parts because you're going to need something to work with when you're prototyping later on in the semester. Now you can go to Goodwill and you can purchase old games and just cannibalize them. You can buy new game parts. And so I put some different places here you can go to. I like to use these wooden items. If you click on that, you can see it's got all these different shapes and all these different things that you could use. I mean, it's kind of inspiring to take a look at all these different little pieces of shapes of wood that you could use for a game, right? And I mean, there's all different kinds of tokens that you could use, all different kinds of like, these are wooden squares. I don't know what you'd use that for, but that looks pretty exciting to me. See what else? These look like meeples almost to me. And so do these. They look like gnomes here. You could get dice cubes like this and make your own dice. These are interesting little lighthouses. So they have all these interesting shapes, and I really love this. So when I'm buying parts to work with for my prototypes, I often look at these sorts of things to help me out. Okay. You can also go to the Game Crafter, and they have what's called blanks, and they have blank cards and blank boards. This is a six-fold board that folds up and goes into a box. They have boxes. They have all kinds of things. They have cards. They have little. Um, these are like smaller cards. Okay. They have play money. So these are all blank, so you can draw on them. And so they have like 4 pages of this or more. And so you can order some of that stuff. You could also order dice. They have all different kinds of dice. They have blank ones. Those come with like stickers. You can draw on the stickers. I believe they used to. They have body parts. If you're interested in that. Those are like different rubber bands and stuff like that. There's different bags if you need a bag for the parts in your game. They have like different animals you could order, right? There's different buildings you could order, like little houses and whatnot. Some of them are kind of fancy, some of them are less fancy. So I'm kind of getting off on a tangent here, but there's a lot here that you could choose from. Okay. You could also go to Game Crafter, and there's also this place called Born Games Maker, and also an Etsy shop that seems to specialize in different game pieces. And you can look at other places too. There's a lot of different places. These are just a few to get you started. Okay. Now you can also look around your house, maybe in a junk drawer or something like that. You have some random household pieces of, I don't know what you'd have, like um, nuts and bolts, maybe. Um, just little pieces that just kind of, why do I have this kind of a thing, right? I'm sure you have some of that stuff. We all do. You're going to need the Creative Suite, and it is free. So you just click on that, you go here, and it has like a place to go if you're a student or if you're faculty, and everyone at ASU can get the Creative Cloud. I also recommend that you have an external drive. I've had too many students over the years lose all of their work because their hard drive crashed on their laptop or something like that. So take care of yourself and go ahead and get yourself an external drive. I I recommend at least 1 terabyte. So here's the specifications. If you're going to go out there and buy a computer, for the game industry, I want to stress this. The industry standard is PC. It's not Mac, it's PC. So I recommend that you buy a PC with these specifications. If you want to go with a Mac, these are the specifications, but you will have difficulty in this course and in the industry if that is the machine that you have. So if you choose to go with a Mac, I do recommend that you buy Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro because those are pieces of software that were optimized for the Macintosh operating systems, and they're screaming fast. They're really wonderful. You don't need them in the game industry. If you're going to be a musician or a filmmaker, you probably want this. Okay. There's an 800 number for technical support. Please take advantage of that. I'm not your technical support. We have that available at ASU. Call them. The grading, there are 1,500 points to earn. And if you get less than 900 points or earn less than 900 points, then that's not a passing grade. Really, for it to count in towards your degree, you really need to make a C or above. Just as a rule of thumb. So don't submit your assignment via email. Please don't. Everything goes through Canvas. If you send it me through email, I probably won't even see it because I have a very active email. People send me things all the time. And yeah, I probably won't see it. Okay. So don't send me an assignment through the email. If you need to email me for this course, I recommend that you go through Canvas. Go to the inbox here, and you see where I'm pointing to over here on the sidebar? Go to the inbox inside Canvas and email me from there. That way I will get it in my inbox, and it separates out my student communication with all the other stuff I am dealing with. There are a lot of pieces and parts to being a professor, and so it's just best that the students email through the inbox in Canvas. I don't really have a late policy. I tried in the past to have one. It doesn't really work. The students who are going to turn things in on time do it without a late policy. The students who are going to be late are going to be late with their work regardless of what the policy is. So these policies are ineffective. And so the only thing I can tell you is the way you're going to get my full attention and full feedback on all of your work is to turn things in on time. That gives me the time to review your work and make suggestions and give you real feedback and push you forward and help you learn. I mean, there's a loop that's happening here. You do something, I look at it, I grade it, I give you feedback on it, I show you how to improve, I congratulate you on things you did wonderful, and that needs to happen. If you've waited too long to turn something in, then I don't have the time to spend, and you may not get all the feedback that I would normally have been able to give you. So if you want the full benefit of an entire education where you have my full attention, get things done on time. Okay. So in addition to email, we also have a community forum. You can see it's in Safe Point 0. And so it doesn't have any points. It's not graded. It's just a place where we can talk randomly about things about the course, like questions that you might have. You can also email me with questions. Again, please use the inbox in Canvas. That way I'll see it. Okay. The rest of the syllabus is your what we call boilerplate. These are the things that are legal that need to be on a syllabus, like accessibility, how to access that, Title IX, what we do in case of sexual harassment and that sort of thing. Academic integrity, what happens um, when students cheat, and what happens if there's somebody threatening somebody inside the classroom or on university property. What is that all about, right? So all of these links are links to what happens when one of those situations arise. So you'll see here down on the course summary that I've made everything due on Monday with only a couple exceptions. This exception is because fall break is happening, and that's from the 8th until the 11th, and the Monday is the 10th. So I made things due before you go on fall break, okay? And then this is due after fall break. So I am expecting you to take a break from October 8th until the 11th. So then you see it's all on Monday again until we get to the end of the semester, where the semester actually ends on a Friday. And so the last bit of it, the assignments are due on that Friday. Okay. And then that gives me a couple of days to grade all of this stuff, and which should be just these 3 things. All the other assignments before these assignments that are due here they will shut down on December 2nd. So if you're working on something that was due on November 7th, you can turn it in until December 2nd. Any of this stuff up here, from the very beginning of the semester all the way down to here, all of these are open until December 2nd. Now, let me restate this. I am one person. If you don't do anything the entire semester and turn everything in on December 2nd, I will not have time to grade it. I may not grade it at all because you've asked me to do something that's physically impossible. And so, if you don't get things done on time and you wait too long, you're really taking a chance that it won't get graded at all. So please don't do that. Okay, so you go back over here to the modules. You can see that we've got a couple of things due next Monday, and then we start in on Save Point 1 after next Monday. And yeah, so welcome to the course. I will be looking forward to seeing all of your work, and this should be a lot of fun because this is what I do. I'm a game designer and an artist and a writer, and I love, love, love what I do. So, this should be a lot of fun. Well, I guess I'll be seeing you soon, at least your work online soon. Please let me know if you need me, email me. We can have a conversation on Zoom if you need some guidance. I'm very approachable, so please, reach out to me if you need me. And that's it. Let's all have a great semester.